Caitlin Clark just did something that no athlete has done since Michael Jordan.
Do you recall a time when the mere mention of Michael Jordan could instantaneously sell out of any product? Now for Caitlin Clark, a sensation who is upending the basketball scene and causing anxiety among WNBA veterans. Not only is the Heat making them perspire, but Caitlin's recent contract is emulating MJ's famous influence. She's emerging as a formidable force, demonstrating that the new era of basketball may very well belong to her, thanks to her extraordinary talent and growing influence.
He's like Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, probably eventually Caitlin Clark, where it's like individual people make an entire country tune into their sport.
1,000%.
Like hockey was never bigger than when Wayne Gretzky was playing it, and it was ridiculous how much it grew the sport.
Tiger Woods.
Caitlin Clark is changing basketball culture in addition to selling stuff. Some seasoned athletes feel overshadowed by the excitement surrounding her groundbreaking collaboration with a billion-dollar business. This is more than just an endorsement agreement. It's the biggest basketball partnership since a young player from North Carolina created the distinctive swoosh and revolutionized sneaker culture. The focus is now on Clark, who is dominating the corporate world in addition to the court. Watch this space as we wrap up with some motivational remarks from Jordan and share a special basketball statistic that connects him and Clark. Are you prepared? Now, let's get started.
But she's incredible. Congratulations to her and her family.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is I'm just seeing her last year when they played LSU, but she's phenomenal.
Let's contextualize this. Caitlin Clark became the first female player since Michael Jordan to introduce her own signature basketball collection thanks to Wilson, the official provider of game balls for the NBA and WNBA. With this news, you can almost hear Sheryl Swoopes gritting her teeth. It's interesting to note that Swoopes has recently focused more on Clark than her own illustrious career, showcasing Caitlin's emerging talent. Caitlin's name is now being inscribed in the Marketing Hall of Fame. Alongside MJ's, these aren't your normal basketballs from the gym class. They include elegant gold and white patterns with laser-etched themes honoring Clark's greatest professional accomplishments. The audience honors her ability to make every stadium an unforgettable event, similar to a Beyoncé concert. The record breaker depicts her domination on the stat sheet, and the Threes Up ball pays tribute to her courageous shooting range. In sports, Caitlin is redefining what it means to be a superstar,
Making her the first athlete since Michael Jordan to get their own signature basketball from Wilson. She also becomes the first WNBA player to get her own signature basketball.
Wilson was unable to meet the demand. In less than 40 minutes, tens of thousands of Clark trademark basketballs sold out. Less time than A'ja Wilson has to compose a cryptic tweet. This was more than simply a soft launch. It was a cultural phenomenon, similar to the hype surrounding the debut of an iPhone or a partnership with Travis Scott. When you thought things couldn't get any better, Clark launched another collection, this time in collaboration with a large supermarket company. You heard correctly. With a supermarket, Caitlin Clark is reaching sneaker-level sellouts. Her influence is expanding to previously unheard-of levels, spanning the gap between daily life and sports.
Calling all Caitlin Clark fans, 2 new limited edition basketballs are now available at select Hy-Vee stores. The designs are part of the Inspire series that Clark is doing in partnership with Wilson Sporting Goods. The tribute ball pays homage to Clark's time with the Iowa women's basketball team, and the Dreamer ball is designed to encourage athletes to pursue their dreams. Both are available in sizes 3 and 6 at select Hy-Vee.
Amanda Lamb, Wilson's head of global brand, stated unequivocally that Caitlin Clark is a cultural icon as well as a record-breaking athlete. In other words, she is the player, not simply another one. Wilson is placing a wager on her to lead their women's basketball brand going forward. This is an all-encompassing brand makeover rather than a short-term marketing. Now that Caitlin's face is the new face of the game, women's basketball is experiencing a revolution and reaching new heights.
And when you take into stock the fact that outside of Kevin Durant, aging superstar, LeBron James, 40 years old, and Steph Curry, there's not a single NBA player more popular today than Caitlin Clark. That is
The league is feeling the effects of Caitlin Clark's success. The opportunities for female athletes are changing as a result of this kind of calculated action. Clark is benefiting from more than just money. As some of the league's most outspoken critics are left out without sponsorships, she is appending the conventional endorsement playbook and causing friction in locker rooms. Let's look at the numbers now. Caitlin Clark's WNBA games are drawing an average of 1.18 million people, which is 3 times the league average and speaks louder than any critic's tweet. She's putting the bar in orbit rather than just lifting it. The WNBA's viewership has tripled thanks to this rookie, demonstrating her extraordinary influence in a sport where she is just starting to reach her full potential. What's the most thrilling aspect? She's not even at her best yet.
We knew Caitlin Clark was marketable, but she's been put over some pretty big names. In fact, some worldwide, huge, international names. 2 of them being Messi and
Caitlin Clark is changing the face of women's basketball with packed arenas, record TV numbers, and unprecedented social media videos that go viral every week. In order to attend Fever games, fans who were unaware of the WNBA's existence last year are suddenly changing their calendars. Why? Because it's difficult to deny the excitement Clark brings to the court each time she takes the floor. She's putting on a show, not simply playing an economic engine for women's basketball and a one-woman ratings powerhouse. Fans who have never watched a women's game before are drawn to her. She is an inspiration to Generation Z. She has a contemporary social media presence and reminds boomers of Larry Bird. If it were the NFL, Middle America is embracing the fever. With the exception of a few resentful veterans who find it difficult to understand how this growing star overtook them without even trying, everyone aspires to be a part of the Caitlin Clark phenomenon.
But for Caitlin Clark, on a worldwide marketability list for athletes, to be ahead of both Messi and Ronaldo is quite impressive. Steph Curry is behind her.
Caitlin Clark is busy building a billion-dollar company while players like Dijon Carrington spend time subtweeting her and questioning her ascension. She is connecting herself with Wilson Sporting Goods and becoming a member of Michael Jordan's exclusive club, which currently only has 2 members. You can criticize all you want, but the numbers speak for themselves. This is just the start of her adventure. Listen to the legends instead of taking my word for it. Caitlin Clark was mentioned alongside Basketball Royalty by NBA legend Mike Breen, who gave one of the greatest compliments possible. This is basketball canon, not just an opinion. The excitement surrounding Clark is just intensifying as she continues to leave her stamp on the game.
She's doing rating-wise for the WNBA what Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Steph Curry have been doing for the NBA.
This goes beyond Caitlin Clark's on-court accomplishments. It's about how she was affected by it. From becoming the greatest basketball tale, Clark has developed into a marketing titan. She is currently ranked by industry analysts as the 4th most marketable athlete worldwide, not just in the WNBA or women's basketball. She has surpassed entire sports leagues, international celebrities, and even some resentful veterans who are still confined to subtweeting from the sidelines with this incredible accomplishment. Give that some thought. To become the face of the most exciting movement in women's sports today, Clark has surpassed whole marketing departments. With her in the spotlight, the WNBA is at last making a meaningful comeback to prime time, increased national TV coverage, an increase in sponsorships, and a more prominent position for women's basketball at the table than in the past are all things we can anticipate. Caitlin Clark is paving the road for a bright future.
Of some players being jealous, yes, that probably exists. Okay. To me, yeah, jealous, sure. I mean, would you be jealous of somebody that got $28 million a shoe deal or whatever the deal is before you step foot in the...
Not everyone is applauding Caitlin Clark's ascent to fame. Some of the league's veterans are feeling the pinch while she grins for the cameras and changes the basketball industry. There is tension in a number of locker rooms because Clark is a celebrity with significant influence, so this isn't just any up-and-coming talent. Imagine a rookie who breaks 62 records, draws over 1 million spectators per game, and sells out arenas like Taylor Swift in high heels for the league. That ought to be an ideal situation, but other seasoned players have reacted with eye rolls, elbows, and even ambiguous, cryptic Instagram posts. The WNBA's changing dynamics are highlighted by the difference between Clark's quick ascent and the responses of other veterans, forcing many to adjust to the new women's basketball scene.
And what a lot of people weren't willing or were a bit reluctant to appreciate was the game on this young white sister of ours. She can ball. And oh, by the way, she was a great ambassador for the game. And by the way, she came in there and looked out for everybody else. For 22 years, they couldn't get chartered flights. That sister got there and it was done in 2 weeks. That's who Caitlin Clark.
Toughness, tenacity, and togetherness have long been appreciated in the WNBA, a league where athletes put up endless effort to improve a sport that is frequently disregarded. Then, cameras, endorsements, and an unprecedented number of viewers followed Caitlin Clark as she stormed onto the scene, completely changing the course of events. Although it may appear to some that she jumped the queue, they are blind to the fact that she has genuinely earned her position. But the tension around her rise is evident on the court and isn't limited to passive-aggressive tweets. Clark has been the focus of more aggressive gamers who seem to want to use force to dehumanize her. This competition is personal, no doubt about it. Players are frequently motivated by a chip on their shoulder when they go chest to chest with someone like Clark, at least as big as a salary cap. This escalating environment demonstrates the intricacies of Clark's influence on the league and the spirit of competition it has fostered.